is up? I am so excited. I don't even have any words. Like, I don't even know what to expect at this point. We're starting off with a trial, which means it'll probably be like 3 hours long, I bet. Which is perfect. But my god. Who is the mom? The most important question, of course. I need to figure it out. Yeah, I get that. Huh. I am so intrigued. I have so many thoughts. I'm doing okay. I didn't sleep like all of yesterday, so I went to bed at like 6 p.m. or something. And it was probably a bit later than that, but it was still really early. Yeah, I got some sleep alright, and then I got woken up by someone doing, I don't know, fucking some renovation upstairs. And like I already told you about this, but it's just so strange how they've been going at it for like a week now, but it's only for like 1 hour a day, you know? Or maybe they just like spend 1 hour just drilling and then they spend like the rest doing some other things, because I've been hearing like some other noises. The drilling, yes. But I'm like, what the fuck do you need that has that many holes in the fucking wall? Like... Though I do know how the walls in this place are. Most of the walls are just regular walls, but we have like the walls that like encase the entire apartment. Those are like brick or something. Which is why it makes so much noise whenever they drill. Because it just goes like right into the fucking building itself. It stresses me out a bit, but it's fine. If they only drill once a day, why not do it late in the day? Yesterday they actually did it at like 4 or 5 p.m. And I was just like, what the fuck? And a friend of mine suggested I just put on my headphones and just play some white noise or something, because, like I said, the noise kind of stresses me out a bit. But I can't do that. It's too loud. Like I tried watching YouTube yesterday before I went to bed, and I had to pause the video because it was so loud. Though to be fair, it was even worse. Out here, where I have my computer and stuff, so. And I don't really mind, and I don't have anything to complain about, because it's within, like, the allowed times for noise, you know? Yeah. And it's okay. I'm just kind of confused about what's taking them so long. Like... They really planned their entire fucking living room layout from the fucking brick walls. I bet. Because it sounds like everything is going on that fucking wall. Like... But it's okay. It just be like that. The no wall-mounted living rooms are so trendy. No, but I meant like the TV or like some shelves that need like grounding, I guess, or rolling. What? But that you like need to like connect to the walls, so they're more like stable or whatever. Or just like some floating shelves. Like it could be a lot, but it's still really weird that it's taking them so long. And I'm almost inclined to say that it's something they're doing themselves, and they don't actually have like any workers up there. Dad put up one of those shelves for me on the concrete wall. It was done in 10 minutes. Yeah. Concrete, that's it. Thank you. It's not that it takes a lot of time, but it's annoying to do, you know? Like, my mom doesn't want to do that, mostly also because I don't own this place. And it's just, like, way easier to not do it. Just get, like, some, picture, like... What the fuck is it called? It's, like, called, like, some... Not picture tape, I don't know what it's called, but, it has, like, a specific name to it. Basically, it's just like for hanging up like picture frames without having to like drill a hole in the wall. So it's literally just like tape with some what's it called? The one you just rip apart. Oh my god, I almost have it, but I don't at the same time. Oh, those things. Yes. What are they called again? Oh my god! Velcro! Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, yeah. It's pretty much just like a Velcro strip that you just like hang on the wall, and then you put the other side of the Velcro onto the picture frame, and then you just place it on the wall. And it's just so much easier. Also, I was supposed to get, like, my, package of, rainbow tour goods. It's rainbow, no. It's not fucking rainbow, it's mixed juice, god fucking damn it. But I was supposed to get them, like, yesterday. And then the app said, no, they're coming today. And now they're just back to, like, I don't know when you're gonna get them. And I'm like, hello? It says they're in transit. Yeah, the mixed juice merch. Yeah. Cause it was scheduled to arrive tomorrow, and I was just like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. Then I don't have to like stress about that while I'm streaming, you know. But then earlier today, I swear it said that it would arrive on. Arrive today, really, like before 6. But it's past 6, so I don't know. Though it's not the first time FedEx has been confusing. Once it told me that, hey, we're delivering this today by 12 a.m. And I'm like, by what? And 12 a.m. came and went, and there was no package. Nah, it's FedEx. Though PostNord will be the exact same thing, I bet. Actually, I'd say PostNord is more reliable, but you can also rely on them more to just fuck up everything else. As in midnight, yeah. It was really confusing. What was I even ordering by then? I think, was that when I was like ordering a lot of like noodles? Could have been. Possibly. I don't know. I wonder if I still have that screenshot. I probably don't. I don't know. Oh well. Anyways, I think that's enough dilly-dallying for now. Let's get into the game, shall we? Alright. The Resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Let's go. The final chapter. Yes. Oh, we're just getting straight into it. Not even a fucking, not even an opening cutscene or anything. Damn, okay. So, the time's finally come. Today, we unravel everything. I'll be counting on your support more than ever today, Mrs. Sato. They just throw you in, yeah. Mr. Sato? No, are you kidding? Really? I wanted to name this fucking stream Susato Takedown. What? Damn, I just knew. Why the... Fuck, that's too funny. What's the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Nothing. I was just saying that I'll be relying on your support today, but... I'm so sorry, of course. I know I can be rather incompetent at times, but... I shan't let you down. Would you mind helping me to my feet then? Oh dear, I'm really very sorry. Susato-san isn't her usual self at all. But that's hardly surprising, I suppose. She's just found out that her father is the partner of a world-famous detective. Not to mention... Good morning, sir! There he is. The vampire himself. Yeah. You're right, who is the mother? Thank you for all your efforts yesterday. What? Did I hear that correctly? What? Oh, no, nothing. I hope we can clear things up today. I really can't make this man out. His face says I hate you, but his words are almost jovial today. In fact, he hasn't been very Reaper-like at all since this all began yesterday. And CX isn't the Reaper, Mr. Naruhodo. Good point. I'm gonna be so surprised if it's not fucking Strongheart. I swear it has to be. We'll just find out that, oh yeah, he used to like have this like giant dog. Huh, strange, where'd that dog go? No one fucking knows. That would be the fucking funniest thing. Where everyone just knows they had a dog, but everyone blamed the Japanese man anyway. Like, wow, okay, sure. It has to be Strongheart. So many things tie back to him. Right? Like, even with the fucking Reaper killings. Like, who do you think benefits the most from that? Considering they're like all fucking, they're like big criminals anyway. And he literally has a vision where he wants to like get rid of all the criminals. Like it just ties up, like it just goes together way too good. There has to be some other thing here, right? So many things are only possible because someone high up made them possible. Yeah, exactly. And they're just like, Gregson. Yeah, no. You think Gregson? You think... My god. The Reaper, I suppose in hindsight. I shouldn't have allowed that misconception to go unchallenged. Huh? It was my tacit acceptance of that pseudonym. My failure to stop the Reaper becoming something more than a mere legend that led to all this. But you're not to blame for that, Lord Van Zieks. It's only because serious crime in the capital dropped off so sharply when the public started calling you that. Gee, I wonder who that benefits. Huh. Strange. That's why you didn't say anything, isn't it? I swear if Naruhodo had just listened to his speech instead of zoning out, I'm 100% certain that Strongheart at one point said, "Back when I killed people with my giant dog." Stop. It was like... No, I don't trust him. I don't think I did ever since we first met him. To be frank, I'm not sure that was the sole reason. But you're Barak. You're not frank at all. What do you mean? There was a rumor at the time that the Reaper was really the ghost of my late brother. That having been slain by that evil killer, Clint's restless spirits returned as some sort of demigod. To wield the deadly blade of justice where I, by dint of the law, could not. Yes, we've heard that story too. When I lost him, I felt as though I'd lost my guiding light. Didn't know where to go or what to do. And so, in some small way, I wonder if perhaps those rumors made me feel his absence a little less keenly. Even if I knew it was just an illusion. Just some nonsense conjured up by an over-imaginative public. It was obviously extremely important to you. Lord Clint Van Zieks. Well, what's important now isn't covering the truth. That's all that matters. I know that you didn't take anyone's life. And I intend to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt in court today. I never thought I'd say this, but I can see it in your eyes, that burning desire to cut through all the lies and deception. I can't deny it any longer. You are a lawyer of absolute integrity. Thank you. Now tell me, why do I detect the scent of expensive tea leaves in the air? Iris, good news! Your dad isn't dead after all! What? Oh, Iris, when did you get here? Oh! Susato, it's your sister! Yeah!
I brought you one of my special blends. Harry loves it. He says it helps him to clear his head.
I thank you.
Oh,
That's surely the first and last time I'll ever see a sight like this. You seem different today, Iris.
Oh,
Sort of subdued, I suppose.
I am not.
What happened yesterday is obviously still playing on her mind a lot. She's clearly very troubled about having stolen that autopsy report from Dr. Sai's laboratory.
All right then. Good luck to you both. I have to make a move now.
Oh, you're not staying? I thought you wanted to watch today's proceedings.
Well, I'd like to cheer you on, obviously. But I've got lots to get ready.
Get ready. For what?
Oh yes. take this.
Isn't that one of the little felt dolls that's usually dangling from your knapsack?
Yes, it's a lucky charm. Little Hurley that I made once.
Hurley? It looks more like a Hurley to me.
If for some reason you completely run out of options in the trial today, then just pull this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
What? Pull his ears?
That's right. It's a way to bring good luck. Think you might need it.
You can't just give this to me and expect me to not do it immediately. What the fuck do you mean by pull its ears? Wait, can I not? I can. What a charming little rabbity version of Mr. Sholmes. Do you suppose this is how Iris sees him? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Your eyes are veritably boring into the poor doll's ears. Oh, sorry, I was just wondering. What do you suppose would happen if I were to tug its ears with all my might right now? I'm sure that we'll find out when the time is right. To become a proper gentleman, you really must learn stoic patience. But I want to know! Me too, buddy. Me too, buddy. How cute it is. You think what we'll need is luck?
I just sneaked a peek inside the courtroom, and it seems very different to normal.
Please don't tell me the jury is back. Please don't tell me the jury is back. Yes, it would seem that a certain someone has decided to pull out all the stops. What does that mean? 100% a voice box or a hidden compartment in that doll with key evidence. Probably. Please, no jury. Hello? Why did my controller just disconnect? Hold on, let me try to unplug it and plug it back in. There we go.
What about Mr. Sholmes, Iris? I don't know. He was out all night and he hadn't come home by the time I left this morning.
Oh, I see. Was Professor Mikotoba out all night too, do you think, Mr. Soto?
Yes, it would seem so. I telegrammed the hotel this morning. And apparently they didn't come back to their rooms last night at all.
They?
Father and Judge Jikoku, I mean.
Judge Jikoku too?
That's right. Nobody appears to have seen either of them since yesterday.
Alright. Yes, let's get inside the courtroom.
Good luck then, Runo. Good luck, Susie.
Yes, thanks, Iris.
And you, Mr. Reaper. I hope it goes well.
Once again, I thank you for the delicious tea. It was very soothing.
Oh, I'm so glad.
We must go inside now, Lord Van Seeks. Lord Van Seeks has always been the formidable prosecutor I've had to lock horns with in court. But not today. Today, I battle with another in pursuit of the truth. My best friend was a Masogi, who I trust more than anyone else in the world. Now I understand what it was that drew me here to Britain all those months ago. Now I know exactly what destiny had in store for me. It's all been leading up to this one day, to this one trial, to this one final reckoning. Where the fuck is the judge? Is the judge gone now too? There is no jury, which is fine. I have no problems with that. Thank you. But no judge? It feels even more oppressive here than it did yesterday. Or cold stares piercing me like knives from all sides today.
Naruhodo, look!
Oh, okay. 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 I see. There he is, the fucking bitch himself. Lord Strongheart. Kazuma must have known beforehand. The ramifications of this trial now extend far beyond the murder of one Scotland Yard inspector. In fact, events have come to light that threaten to rock the very foundations of our country's legal system. The escape of a condemned criminal on the night of his execution, the subsequent unlawful shooting of the man, and the revelation that prison staff must have been complicit in the jailbreak. Britain is currently hosting influential members of the judiciary from countries all around the world. It is imperative that we uncover the truth in these proceedings to avoid international embarrassment. By royal decree, this will continue to be a closed trial, and one over which I, male Strongheart, exercise total and unequivocal authority. So, he's final boss, alright. What the fuck? Where is one? Let me get my chapstick real quick. So he's a magician. Interesting. Oh, he's so guilty. The 6 jurors' flames just... As was the case in yesterday's proceedings, those here present in the public gallery are distinguished members of our judiciary, assembled to bear witness to a fair judicial process. Fair? Sure, let's go with that. In other words, a collection of your acolytes, Lord Strongheart. On a personal note, I find this most distressing, Lord Van Zieks. You were a prosecutor of exceptional talent. Much like your brother Clint, in fact. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session for the trial of Baroque Van Zieks, who officially stands accused of murder. Counsels for the prosecution and defense, are you in full readiness to proceed? The defense is ready, my lord. As is the prosecution. Yesterday's proceedings brought to light a shocking and disturbing fact. There was a side to the victim, Inspector Tobias Gregson, that was unknown to his superiors at Scotland Yard. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder if maybe someone here in this courtroom could have anything to do with it. Just a thought. Gregson cannot be the Reaper. He was obviously concerned for Gina, even wanting to take her to France for protection. Yeah. No, obviously he wanted to bring her to Gina so he could kill her. But bring her to France. Bring Gina to France. So he could kill her. Yes, he was carrying out operations in secret which Scotland Yard knew nothing about. And in those clandestine operations he had an accomplice. Mr. Daily Vigil, who would be given the inspector's identification and present himself around the capital in order to establish credible alibis for Gregson. In that way, Gregson appeared to be carrying out his regular Scotland Yard work when in fact he wasn't. At the end of yesterday's session, Mr. Vigil, who had been suffering from amnesia, regained his memory. It would appear he buried his memories of the time deep inside himself as a means of self-preservation. Because whilst he was engaged as chief warder at Barclay Prison, he abetted the convict's escape. Mr. Vigil is currently recuperating at St. Sinner's. He's recovered enough to give a signed statement about his movements on the day prior to the incident. He's formally admitted to posing as Gregson whilst investigating the Red-Headed League. Which brings us to the crucial issue of the victim's time of death. The defense yesterday proposed a suggestion that the victim may have been killed one day earlier. This was based largely on the discovery that the victim's pocket watch had not been wound. The prosecution has something to report on that subject, my lord. Oh, what do you have? Really? Go ahead, Prosecutor Asogi. I met once again with the coroner yesterday to discuss the issue. She confirmed that the defense's suggestion could not be ruled out. It's entirely possible that Inspector Gregson was killed on 31st of October, the day before his body was discovered. I have here an updated autopsy report that includes the amended details. But the official opinion of the investigation team was made clear yesterday that the time of death was 5 p.m. on 1st of November. There are indications of an attempt to disguise the real time of death, however. It seems that the natural decaying process of the victim's body may have been slowed by keeping it chilled. He's like, fuck, no. That's out of the question. No, don't, no. I didn't do this. I missed Santa Judge already. He was fair and just the right amount of clueless. Yeah, this is, final boss. There were no refrigeration devices in that part of London large enough to accommodate a human corpse. My lord, this is more than just conjecture. There is evidence to support the idea. We must investigate it thoroughly. Very well. The court will accept the new report as evidence. However, if this updated report is deemed to be accurate, it would give renewed significance to the movements of the victim on the day before the Fresno Street incident. The Fresno Street incident. Hold on, I'm kind of cold. Let me just pull on my blanket. Is the river not cold enough this time of year? But if it wasn't the river, surely there would be some, like, proof of that, right? There would be like, hey, there is some, like, water damage here, or, like, something. Like, his skin would be, like, more dry or something. I don't fucking know. Like, he would be, like, more pruny, though. No, yeah, I think he would be more pruny if he was placed in the river. It would, yes, especially since on that day, Inspector Gregson was using Mr. Vigil to cover up his real movements. It's conceivable that he was killed in the course of his secret activities. Do I sense that the prosecution has some information regarding those activities? Scotland Yard put an enormous effort into investigating that precise matter yesterday. I think we should begin by presenting the results of that investigation work. For the prosecution calls its first witness now. State your name and occupation for the court.
Inspector Gina Lestrade, reporting. Representative, Scotland Yard.
Self-conferred rank, but never mind. Gina? Again?
What's your problem, Odo? What's with that Gina? Again, little guy? The boss meant the world to me. He done more for me than anyone else ever did.
No, Inspector Gregson, you mean?
He got me out the back slums. He got me out the back slums of the East End and took me under his wing. Taught me that life can have a purpose. So that's why I'm the best person to be standing here speaking for him. Oh, Gina.
Right, all out of the goodness of Gregson's heart. Not at all that he had his arm twisted by Mr. Sholmes, no. What's relevant to these proceedings is that the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations yesterday has revealed that the victim was carrying out some assignment the police knew nothing about. Very troubling. Is it really? I bet you knew about it. Why don't you tell us how much you knew about it? That face. Lord Strongheart knew! Oh, fuck. So, Inspector Lestrade. Let's hear exactly what it says in that report.
Coming right up, sir. Well, your detectives are supposed to follow orders and investigate what they're told. But a little search of the boss's office turned up a notebook that had a load of secret meetings in it. According to that, the boss was looking into some smuggled goods dealings that day. Looks like it was a big job and all, but the coppers weren't onto it yet.
These orders could have only have come from someone high up, like Strongheart! I can't tell if we're just so far off, or if everyone are just dumb in this game. I can't tell. Because surely they wouldn't make it this fucking obvious, right? Right?
What matters most is there's witnesses what saw the Reaper at that place too. At the place too.
We are just that good. Smuggled goods?
Dunno, do I? I'm just telling you what was written in the book.
Tobacco, tea, spices, medicines, goods of all sorts flow into London by illegal channels from across the globe. It's well known that they are disposed of at regular black markets that take place in the capital. But the police are rarely able to locate them in time. So Inspector Gregson was investigating one of those black markets. It's been suggested that high-ranking government officials may be involved in black market activity. Can you stop telling on yourself? No doubt Gregson was trying to avoid details of his investigations being leaked to the involved parties. You set him up for this, you fucking nincompoop, my god. That would explain why he was operating on his own authority without the Yard's knowledge. But with your knowledge, apparently. And do we know where the dealings were taking place this time? In a particular room of a certain exclusive London gentleman's club. And on the day in question, the accused is known to have been there. That's the conclusion of Scotland Yard's investigation into the matter. It can't be. We haven't heard anything about any of this. Members of the club have testified to it. There is no question. The accused, Baruch van Zieks, was present. That would be that would be very significant testimony then.
Oh my! But Lord van Zieks has made no mention of this at all.
In short, Lord van Zieks had ample opportunity to murder the victim. Very well. Counsel for the defense, begin your cross-examination. Oh boy. So, how had Inspector Gregson come to find out about it in that case?
That's the question, ain't it? I'm just an apprentice, so...
And why didn't he inform Scotland Yard of his findings?
Yeah, that's what I was asking myself. Because, you know, I'm just an apprentice.
When it suits you, yes.
Anyway, the point is, something went on at that club, no question.
You can't say that for certain, though, surely.
Hold it!
Lord van Zieks was at the club. He was. Detectives who visited the club yesterday to make inquiries have confirmed it. Several members report having seen the accused being admitted to the room in question as a guest. It looks like there's no disputing that he was there then.
Well, we know that Lord van Zieks was investigating Inspector Gregson, don't we? Perhaps he'd already discovered the Inspector's secret notebook.
Which led him to the club, you mean? Maybe. Presumably then, there are also eyewitnesses who can testify that Gregson was there. None have been identified at this time, no. So the all-important victim wasn't seen at this mysterious club.
Oi, why aren't you asking Inspector Lestrade here, eh?
Gina's not holding back with that ice-cold stare of hers, is she? Everything learned from Ziggs told us is true. And there must be a mistake in this testimony somewhere. Okay. Details we've yet to uncover. I see. A clue that even Gina hasn't noticed. That's what we should be looking for here. Okay. I'm just gonna press everything. So, you follow orders, do you, Gina?
Nah, not me. I'm above all that, see?
Oh.
The boss always had special orders for me. Grab us some fish and chips, or go and give Toby his grub, that kind of thing.
So, errands more than orders, then. This detective is still an apprentice, after all.
Yeah, well, this apprentice ain't one to sit around and wait to be told what to do, even by the boss. That's why I've been doing my own investigations into what happened. I didn't find much at first.
So you went through Inspector Gregson's things?
Yep, it's part of the independent Lestrade investigation.
I'm sure your superiors would be delighted that you're taking the initiative.
So I snuck into his office when no one else was about. Because if anyone at the yard had seen me going in there, they'd have turfed me straight out on the street.
This is sounding less and less like an investigation and more like something else. The prosecution understands that it was this very detective who discovered the notebook.
You got that right. Nothing gets past Inspector Lestrade and the trusty assistant, Chief Inspector Toby. He found it hidden in one of his desk drawers that had a false bottom.
That's impressive.
So then I went to hide myself where no one could find me, so I could have a butcher's at what was written in it. Because if anyone at the yard had found me out, they'd have turfed me straight out on the street. I'm giving it in now, though, ain't I? And if it weren't for me, it wouldn't never have been found.
God, I'm struggling so much today. Do you have any idea where those dealings were taking place?
Yup. It was all there in the boss's notes. Let's see if I can remember.
As I already said, the illegal dealings were due to take place at a gentleman's club. Yes, I remember. I was hoping to find out the name of the club. That won't be necessary.
What?
It's conceivable that the club might be used again by the smugglers in future. Therefore, the prosecution has been asked not to reveal the name in these proceedings.
You know what all the fuss is about? It's right here. All I gotta do is read it out. And I could too. I got this reading game buttoned up now. Can I show you what I can do? Go on. What's the arm?
The judge hasn't signaled his objection yet. I could try to find out. What should I do? Insist. This is a closed court. The proceedings are confidential. There shouldn't be any possibility of the information being leaked. As I explained, there is some possibility of politicians being involved in this affair. The prosecution is rightfully exercising caution, I imagine. Isn't the Gentleman's Club a strip club? That makes this even better. No, my lord. The prosecution has no objection. Kazuma? There's no question that Inspector Gregson was looking into these black market dealings. However, it's not yet been established that he was on that particular trail in the day in question. If the defense requires to know the club's name, the prosecution has no intention of being obstructive.
Right then. I get to show off my reading skills. apparently the smuggled goods deal was gonna happen at a gentleman's club called the Grouse.
The Grouse. I can't tell if that's fucking familiar or not. Grouse is a bird.
Hold it!
The Grouse? What sort of a club is that?
I ain't got the foggiest. Clubs ain't exactly my thing. But I am kinda curious.
They're not places where a foreign student like you would be readily admitted. It's like a forest chicken? Have you looked in the mirror recently?
I tell you what, me and Chief Inspector Toby could go in undercover.
Could you though?
I could pick out a few good marks and see what else I could find out while I was in there.
I really don't think you should go picking out anything. Anyway, that's where these black market dealings are going to take place, is it?
Yeah, it's gotta be. That's what the lower ranking detectives at the yard reckon.
That's the even lower ranking detective.
Hold it!
And presses again. Okay, nothing there.
Hold it!
Presses again. I'm just gonna look at like fucking everything I have. Can we read that book as well? I don't think we can. Well, I'll be damned.
The SS Grouse, first class cabin. 001. Where do we get this from again?
Mikotoba? Eh?
Yokohama departure 11th of September. London arrival 1st of November.
It's the boat that Professor Mikotoba and Judge Jikuku came on from Japan, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's called at Dunkirk at the north coast of France for a night before finally arriving in Dover.
I think it's been almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Buria. It's okay though, I also confuse strip clubs with steamships. Happen to the best of us. It seems a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of your trip, don't you think?
Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary.
And I keep mine in my wallet so I have it with me at all times. Oh, well how strange. Where could it have gone? Okay, I already read this. I mean, that does line up with this. Because he was literally going to Dunkirk.
Objection!
I've read about these clubs that exist here in Britain. As I understand it, they're places where well-to-do gentlemen socialize with friends and colleagues. Don't imagine for a second that a foreign student like you would be admitted. Seriously, is your mirror cracked or something? Do we know for sure that the contraband dealings are definitely happening at a club called the Grouse? The police are currently looking for evidence, but haven't found anything definitive yet. And I'm sorry to say that they probably won't. What do you mean by that? I mean that the police inspector Gregson was secretly going to visit on 31st of October. May not have been a gentleman's club at all. You're showing a very irreverent attitude towards our country's police force there, Counsel. If it wasn't a gentleman's club, then what was it? A steamship. You think it's a ship? I have the evidence to prove it. Here. Let me see that. This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit untrustworthy. The other side, my lord. Be more specific next time. They always do this. But I don't know what that means. Does that mean that he gave him like the note upside down or the ticket upside down? Or that Strongheart got the ticket, flipped it upside down and was like, "The fuck is this?" And I can't. Nah, this would appear to be a ticket for passage upon a steamship, yes. The SS Grouse.
Objection!
Objection! So there's a steamship named the Grouse. Sorry, it's just so funny every single time. There's a steamship named the Grouse that happens to share a name with the club. Stop! It's not a fucking club, but I'm afraid to say there's a flaw in your logic there. Is there though? Is there though? Is there really? He was literally going to Dunkirk, my guy. Wait, have we checked that the passport lines up ACD 0522? Can we even see here? I don't think we can. No, it's just that. How? Look at the ticket. Notice the date of arrival in port. Yeah, because we got this from someone else, idiot. Blech. The ship arrived at the port of Dover on 1st of November. Ah. The day on which the sound like a gunshot was heard on Fresno Street. In other words, on the day in question here, 31st of October, when the victim was on his clandestine mission. That ship hadn't yet docked on British shores. That would certainly make an undercover investigation somewhat challenging.
Objection!
The fact that the steamship hadn't yet reached Britain substantiates the defense's assertion that the victim was investigating the SS Grouse on the day in question. And show you evidence for that assertion. Very well. In that case, counsel for the defense, present your evidence to the court now. Evidence that substantiates your claim that the victim was investigating the SS Grouse on the 31st of October.
Take that!
What's this? A passport for travel issued to the victim. Dated 31st of October. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that just one day before the inspector's body was discovered, there's a distinct possibility he wasn't even in the country. Order! Order! I hate that unicorn gavel. Yeah, me too. This document is for passage to France. It does appear to have been officially authorized. The day before the SS Graus arrived at Dover. It docked on the northern coast of France for a night.
According to my father, who was on board, at the port of Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, France. What could possibly have taken the victim there? I'm impressed, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I certainly didn't expect you to get your hands on that passport. What? You mean you knew about this? The prosecution strategy for this trial has been laid down by the Crown Prosecution Office. On the day before the incident, the victim was investigating contraband dealings at a London club. That's the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations and the line the prosecution has been asked to follow. But personally, I don't agree. I think the prosecutor's office is trying to hide something. What? Now that you've expertly disproven their assertion, I intend to reveal what I believe that something to be. To you playing at Prosecutor Asogi. A courtroom is a forum for the truth, my lord. Which is why it's my duty to present all the facts, without exception. Let me guess, this was your intention from the outset, wasn't it? The reason Inspector Gregson secretly made his way to the steamship docked in France on the day in question was to carry out a mission for the Reaper. God fucking damn it, hold on. And who is on the top of the prosecution? Lord Strongheart! My god. It just is within 1 week, date of departure. I don't know how long a steamship stayed docked for. I don't think it's a week though, so I'm not really quite sure what this means, but... Why does this imply that he was, like, out of the country? I don't understand. Date of departure clearly states within 1 week. You can't just assume he was, like, out of the country. You can't just assume he was in France. This is annoying. The Reaper? What on earth are you saying, Council? It just means that he had to leave for French within the week. Yeah, for France. Yeah, exactly. That's what it means. And they're just like, no, that means he was already in France. Huh? How? Explain yourself. This literally states he was going to France within a week after the 31st. How was he already in France? This doesn't make any sense. My head hurts. What on earth are you saying? My god. The prosecution made an assertion in court yesterday. Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. No. God, Kazuma, you're dumb. By the Reaper's hand. Sure, maybe, but the Reaper ain't who you think. But in reality, the truth is the opposite of that. What? Inspector Gregson wasn't investigating the Reaper at all. He was, in fact, acting for the Reaper. No, stop. Where's your proof? Hello, you keep asking me, where is the proof? Where is the proof? Alright? Show me the motive. Show me anything. So, you're saying the mission he was undertaking was, obviously, An assassination. The Reaper is literally right there. Yep. Yep. Rock Van Zeeks never carried out any of the actual killing. Can you switch that out with male Strongheart, please? Whenever the Reaper's victims lost their lives, he always had a cast iron alibi. Which tells us that he must have had an accomplice. And you claim that was Inspector Gregson.
What in the hell do you think you're saying, eh? My boss would never have done nothing like that.
And yet, when you consider all the facts, it all makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't! Kazuma, it doesn't! Get your head out of your ass! My god.
No, it can't be. We also arrived at the same conclusion, didn't we?
Are you all dumb?
That Inspector Gregson was operating as the Reaper.
I don't think that was the case at all. If it was fucking blackmail. How? I don't fucking know. Even so, there's no way that the person giving him his orders was Lord Van Zeeks. No, the true Reaper is somebody else. Somebody else in this courtroom with us right at this very moment. This is so annoying. Rock Van Zeeks is not the Reaper. A predictable response from someone who's advocating for the man. And even if it's true that Gregson was operating as an agent of the Reaper, the suggestion that he went aboard the SS Grouse on an assassination mission doesn't follow at all. Oh, you have some solid reason for doubting the assertion, do you, Counsel? Absolutely. It's very simple. On the day in question, nobody was killed aboard that steamship. Professor Mikotopa and Judge Jigoku were on that very ship. If someone had been assassinated, I'm certain we would have heard about it. Kazuma. What's so funny? You're right, no suspicious deaths were reported on board the ship. But I think perhaps you've missed the point. That's precisely why Inspector Gregson himself lost his life. Why would he go back? Why would he... Y'all make no sense. I think the reason he said SS Grouse in his fucking notebook is because he went to get fucking tickets for the boat to go to France. It's not like he could just fucking go online and order tickets. He had to like go there in person, right? So maybe he just went there and was like, hey, I need permission to travel with one additional person on the SS Grouse. And they're like, he was in France. Where is your proof? How can you prove that he was in France? This doesn't prove anything. This proves he was going to France within the week, but not that he already was there. And when was this again? It doesn't say. I wish it did. But they arrived on the 1st, right? So if he already was in France, wouldn't he have like another fucking thing going to France or going from France? Do they have any idea how Gregson takes notes? I can't write chair and know what I mean, but others have no clue. Yeah, they're just making fucking dumb assumptions at this point. It's annoying. Gregson did board the SS Grouse that night with the intention of dispatching his mark. Oh, really? That night? Which night? Do you mean from Dunkirk to to Dover? It still doesn't make any sense. His mission ended in failure. Failure? It seems that the defense hasn't yet grasped a very important detail here. No, I think that's you, my guy. I think that's you. What are you talking about? What detail? Inspector Gina Lestrade. What? The victim's notebook that you read an excerpt from earlier. That doesn't contain details of secret investigations at all. It describes 10 years of assassination plots to be carried out by the Reaper with Bailey. Where is your proof?
You're lying! Even if all them bludgers what got taken out of the coming. The boss weren't the Reaper.
Poor Gina. There's no question that Tobias Gregson was heavily involved in the Reaper's activities. Hey, if he was, Gina would be fucking dead, you idiot. You absolute numbnuts. My god. Use your brain. I beg you. You may just be an apprentice, but if you've spent any time at Scotland Yard, you must have heard rumors.
I ain't heard nothing, and I don't believe a word of it.
Then testify again, as a representative of Scotland Yard. Consider it your chance to defend your boss.
I don't...
I concur. The witness will give a new formal testimony. How can Gregson have been able to board a boat if he was seen the day before, and the grouse arrived the day he died, and his passport was issued that day? Yeah, but like... This is just fucking... It hurts my brain because their logic is like non-existent at all. Ugh. I just need to take a fucking breather. This is so annoying. I wasn't expecting them to be this dumb for the final case, my god. Miss Lestrade, you will tell the court everything you know about Inspector Gregson's secret notebook. Can you give it to us instead so we can read it?
Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff about what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, dates and places and stuff. And the last entry in there was the 1st of October. It says grouse for the place and that date, and then the name of the mark. There was a note about him being a criminal what got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or something. But honest, the boss didn't do none of it. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all.
But the thing is, Gregson wasn't seen the day before. The person that was seen the day before at the Gentleman's Club was Van Zieks, but we found out that the Gentleman's Club, it wasn't that. So how? What does this mean? What does any of this mean? And no one could say that they saw Gregson there at all. So, huh? My brain hurts. God, listen to yourselves. Naruhodo, listen to these people. What the fuck? Keep personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here. This must be so hard for her. Can't deny it now, surely, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What can't I deny? The notebook contained the name of the final mark, and the location where the assassination would take place. That's information that the victim could only have known if he was working with the Reaper. I'm tired. So, who was to be this final mark? Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the grouse on 31st of October.
How'd you read this then?
Reading is still not her strong suit. Give it to us.
That ain't the problem, alright, Odo? It's a funny name, it ain't English. It's hard to read.
So it's someone from overseas.
Let me have a bash at it. Seishiro. Is it? Yeah, Seishiro. Jigokyo. Maybe?
What? It can't be. Seishiro Jigoku. That's the judge?
But that's Judge Jigoku.
Seishiro Jigoku. Certainly not an English name, you're right. But that can't be right. I know Judge Jigoku, and I saw him the day before yesterday, here in London. So I know for a fact that the man hasn't been assassinated. As I said, the Reaper failed. Oh. Gregson missed his chance to kill his mark and return to British shores. Why? And then why would he go back? It will make no sense! But the Reaper wouldn't tolerate the mistake, so he killed the inspector. Personally. Now that I can't believe. If you claim that the Reaper, Male Strongheart, killed Tobias Gregson, 100%, I agree. The Reaper, of course, being the accused, Baroque Fonseca. No, you idiot, you fucking... I want to smack some sense into him. Strongheart, fuck off, man. You can just sit there while we fucking prove how guilty you are. How you're the professor, how you're the Reaper. How you, for whatever reason, you made your mission to just destroy Baroque's life. For whatever reason, I don't know. It would be so funny at the end if we were wrong, right? It has to be Strongheart. Who else can it be? Like, it can't be. Like, it can't just suddenly be like this new character that we haven't seen. Though I know of at least one game that does that. But like, if it's anyone else, it just, I can't imagine it. Or Iris. Yes, Iris. Logical? Oh my god. You planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't you? Who was screaming? Ah. Thank you, I've missed your leg. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice whilst I stand accused of murder. Lord Van Zieks? The accused has no right to speak uninvited in court. You will return to the dock. I say nothing of whether or not I am the Reaper. That's the task of this court to decide. But there is one thing I can say unequivocally. I was worried we would never see the leg again. Same. That girl is no detective. Hey, what? Ah, that's right. I'm an inspector. Repeating rumors heard around the yard. Reading entries from a notebook of unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony. It's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly as you've clearly planned. Your hatred of me is understandable. In your mind, I'm sure, I am the Reaper, who sent your father to the gallows all those years ago. Hey, Kazuma, did you forget that originally, for that case, Male Strongheart was supposed to be the prosecutor? I know, wild, right? And then he just, like, fucking last minute, just gave that to Van Zieks instead. Strange. It's almost as if he wanted him to, like, feel the fucking grief of his own fucking brother and just fucking use that to just get your father accused of murder. Strange. It's really strange, right? It is strange. You're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself. By attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for testimony. What did you say?
Mr. Naruhodo, this is our chance.
My lord, the defense requests that the defendant be allowed to speak. He may be privy to important information relating to the testimony just given by the witness. I really don't like that fucking unicorn gavel. It's not even a fucking gavel. I'm worried he's gonna just disfigure it. Very well, I'll make an exception and grant the request. The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination. Then allow me to toast the court's impartiality. What part of this is impartial? Don't raise your glass in my direction, sir. Counsel for the defense, begin the cross-examination immediately. The sound is not good. Yeah, no. It's really annoying. It's not annoying, but it's weird. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, this notebook does have a lot of stuff about what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, the dates and places and stuff. I already read this.
Hold it!
Did Strongheart just confess to being partial? Don't raise your glass at me, he says, while Fan seeks his toasting impartiality. What do you mean, a criminal? Judge Jiguku is no criminal.
But don't ask me, I don't know nothing about it. Oh, do you remember what Father told us? That Judge Jiguku did once appear in court here in Britain. It was related to the professor case, I'm sure.
Yes, of course, you're right. He was trying to mitigate Genshin Impact guilt, so he took to the stand to testify. He got a little carried away and actually managed to break the witness stand. He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire, for which he was charged. It was a pitiful situation, yes. God, I relate to you so much right now. I'd forgotten all about it, but I prosecuted that trial too, as it happens. Yeah, because someone just gave that opportunity to you last fucking minute. Now who was that again? I don't remember. You did? It was considered to be an adjunct to the professor proceedings, you see. He was acquitted after being told to make reparation for the damage caused to the stand. And there you have it. Of what? Surely the accused hasn't forgotten his own rule. That there's no saving anyone who faces the Reaper in court, guilty or innocent alike. What? No! Who has spoon-fed Katsuma this information? No, seriously, there is no way he fucking knew this himself. He has been fucking told this by Strongheart, I swear. And it's just like, no, I didn't say anything. Are you suggesting that the reason Judge Jiguku was targeted for assassination? The man was sent back to Japan immediately after that trial. Fucking Strongheart. The Reaper had no time to do his work. But then, 10 years later, the Mark returns to Britain once more. It fucking has to be, because we've seen him talk to Strongheart so, like, 2 fucking times. We walked in on them talking together. So he has to have gotten this information from him. Perhaps now you start to see just how vindictive the Reaper is. Come on, that's absurd! To take someone's life for that? Isn't the whole premise of the Reaper absurd, killing those who have been found innocent? Clearly the rules by which the man operates are beyond a sane person's comprehension. But...
Hold it!
So, you have complete faith that Inspector Gregson is innocent of all this?
Of course I do. I mean, I owe him that, don't I? Because he's the only one that's had faith in me. Tina. The boss promised me he did. He promised me that even though I was just a diver, he could turn me into a top-notch detective. A cove with a good heart like that ain't gonna go and rob people. A cove with a good heart like that ain't gonna go and rob people of the futures, is he?
Every single person killed by the Reaper was a criminal of the First Order. Lowlights like that have no compunction about robbing hundreds of others of their futures.
Hey?
The ludicrous acquittals in court give them the freedom to make hundreds more suffer.
I don't...
Let me just... No, I still can't see anything new about my fucking package. I'll probably arrive tomorrow, it's fine. So what? You justified your actions because you are protecting innocent people's futures. I'm not suggesting that the Reaper's methods are justified at all. But life isn't black and white. That's all I'm saying. Did you notice how Kazuma-sama reacted to Lord Fenseek's words? When he called him an even more sinister Reaper, you mean? Well, I'm sure Kazuma intends to eliminate any shred of doubt that the man is guilty. He's looking for revenge against the person he considers to be his father's killer, after all.
I do worry that if we fail to find a discrepancy in his testimony somewhere, the trial may end and the adjudication won't go in our favor.
Let's listen carefully again, okay. Just press everything. In other words, it shows that Gregson was basically acting as the Reaper.
But you and all, that ain't the only explanation, is it?
You're right, Gina, it isn't.
He could have been investigating the Reaper in secret. That notebook said what he found out.
If I may. When originally people began referring to me as a Reaper, I didn't object. I believe the power to intimidate London's criminal classes into compliance with the law to be beneficial. You carried out your own investigations into the true identity of the Reaper, didn't you? Yes, and those investigations proved conclusively that Gregson was one arm of the Reaper.
One arm? What are you on about?
The Reaper's victims were all extremely shrewd criminals at the top of the game. There's simply no way one person could have taken them on alone. The Reaper is an organization. You at its head. No! I had spies at the yacht keeping me abreast of Gregson's movements, letting me know when he was elsewhere. Breast. So I'd been able to check the most recent entry in his book. I knew the location. I knew it said grouse. Believing it to be a reference to the Gentleman's Club, I went there on the day in question to investigate, alone. So you see girls and you're like, ah, the strip club. I mean, sure.
So that explains why several members of the club claim to have seen you there.
But of course, the inspector was not there. Because at the time he was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast of France. Or he went to get tickets for the steamship currently docked on the northern coast of France for when it made its return to the northern coast of France. How does he know of the strip club though? Right? As shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. No. How do you get that? Kazuma, look at this, okay? What date is that passport? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, it says, date of departure within 1 week from 31st of October. If the boat on the 31st of October was in Dunkirk, why would he have this? Why would he have this? Why wouldn't he have it the other way? Or one from earlier. If it was from fucking earlier than 31st of October. Yeah, sure. Also, they were not there at the passport unveiling. How does Kazuma know of it as well? I don't fucking know. You're right, show him the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. Very well then, back to your testimony about the contents of this notebook. Fine.
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo? You seemed a little shocked by something a moment ago.
Oh, no, it's alright. I'm overthinking this, aren't I? Oh boy. Hold on. So, a little fucking fun fact. I've been thinking about like something for a good long fucking while. And that's aren't I technically like grammatically wrong, but like there's this like whole thing, right? So, you have like you, we, they are, or is aren't we, you, they, them, right? Right? Aren't they? Hold on. We, you, they. Are not I. Yeah. That's the thing, right? And then there's he, she, it is, isn't he, she, it, right? But for I, it's I am. Aren't I? And I was like, is that even grammatically correct? Why is it that way? And I was just like, why don't we use amn't? And apparently, amn't is like used in like some dialects, mainly like Scottish and Irish, I think. But amn't actually evolved into ant, which evolved into ain't. But also because it evolved into ant, which by the way, I think it was Dickens that used like ant and ain't like to like be like the same thing. He just like used them both, really. But ant, there's like something about how it was like, to make it easier to pronounce, they added an R in there. So technically, aren't, when you use it with aren't I, isn't are I not. Which is kind of fascinating. But yeah, just kind of interesting. Like, I don't know how long I've been thinking of this. I'm like, why is it aren't I? Like, is that even grammatically correct? And yes, it is. It's just because those words, like, both, like, not appear. They didn't just appear out of thin air. Hold on. Let me... Yeah, almonds turned into ant to make it easier to pronounce. And Charles Dickens used both ant and ain't interchangeably. I found this in like an article. But how could almond become aren't? The form am not contracted into amment, which to simplify the pronunciation became ant. All happened because in non-rhotic dialects. So like people that don't pronounce the R's aren't, and the pronunciation of ant are homophones. I.e., both the pronounced version without the R. Both are pronounced without the R. So it might be the case of a hypercorrection from non-rhotic dialect speakers that the form aren't is used instead of ant, thinking that where there isn't an R, we should insert one. People may have started to insert an R into ant, which led to aren't, and by simplifying the pronunciation with an epenthetic E, aren't, which besides already exists as form of the second singular and plural forms of the verb to be and doesn't sound quote-unquote wrong. So yeah. It's really just because like they sounded alike and people were like, huh? Is there an R here? It is interesting. Suddenly I got like way too fucking warm. Names of victims, dates, places, and stuff. What in particular?
Well, aside the victims' names, the other name kept cropping up. This other name kept cropping up.
What other name was that?
It's the one I told you yesterday, the same name written over and over again.
You mean Assassin?
Yeah, that's the one. She's a friend of yours or something, isn't she?
Were you even listening yesterday? Sashin, the assassin.
What? Like a killer, you mean?
Rexon was the tactician, the one who came up with the plan of attack. He investigated the marks thoroughly, finding out when they would be vulnerable and who to use to get at them. But the person actually executing his plans was someone else, you're saying? If that's true, then the Reaper does indeed start to sound like an organized group of vigilantes. But then perhaps what it said on the passport document. Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. Could that additional person have been... Isn't she dead? But she's already dead. Right? She died this time, right? Clearly, the assassin who was meant to take Seishiro Jikuku's life. Gina, can you confirm that? Against the final entry that listed Grouse and Seishiro Jigoku, what name was written?
Oh, well, that's the only entry that didn't have a name next to it, as it happens.
What?
It just had like a question mark or something there, I think.
In other words, Gregson himself didn't know the identity of the assassin in that case. But Gregson was the one making the plans, was he not? I guess not.
Ooh, how infuriating.
A nameless assassin.
Hold it!
And you're saying that the mark listed was a Seishiro Jigoku?
That's what it said. On your name, if you ask me. And I thought your name was odd.
So pleased to have lost my crown there. Mr. Jigoku is the presiding judge of Japan's Supreme Court of Judicature. Remember the man? He came to our country as a visiting student 16 years ago. Maybe, just maybe, Gregson wasn't the Reaper glances at Strongheart, yeah. Studying international law and diplomacy under your tutelage, Lord Strongheart. That bearded young fellow was a very able man, I must say. So, Lord Strongheart was Judge Jigoku's mentor. If I'm not mistaken, he returned to Japan 10 years ago now.
10 years ago, after that fateful case.
Precisely. In the aftermath of the Professor case, his repatriation was organized immediately. It's a mystery why such a man would be listed in the inspector's notebook.
Didn't think it was possible, but the mood in here has got even worse now. Maybe I'll just keep talking. Right. I've had just about enough of this.
Gina?
All this nonsense about the boss planning to kill people. It's cobblers. Come on, Nodo.
Yes?
Why aren't you saying nothing? Why aren't you yelling out objection or something?
What?
You've got to find the floor. You do usually. Someone's lying here, no question. You've got to work out who it is. Please, for the boss.
That outburst was an insult to the court and to your own testimony. I might have known that a common pickpocket from the back slums couldn't make a detective. When this trial is over, you will forfeit your warrant card, Miss Lestrade. Is that clear?
I've had it with a lot of you. It's lies every bleeding place you look in this world, innit? Well, I've had enough.
Gina! So have I, after that little speech of Gina's. I've made up my mind.
To do what, Mr. Naruhodo?
There was one point in this cross-examination when something that was said just didn't sit right with me. One statement that seemed odd.
Oh, do you mean...
I'm not going to let Gina's plea for help fall on deaf ears. Wait. Hold on. What if the version of the passport they have is a forged one? Which is why they're like, he was in France. Maybe? Because that passport doesn't prove anything. It proves he was planning to go to France, sure.
Hold it!
I want to thank you, Gina. You helped me find my resolve.
Hey?
What do you mean?
Amongst everything we've heard during this cross-examination, there's one thing that defies explanation, one inconsistency. What? An inconsistency? Really, Odo? I don't quite know what it means yet, but... Yes, there's an inconsistency in something that was said by...
Take that!
By you, Kazuma Asogi. Me. Is that some attempt at filibustering, Counsel? Prosecutor Asogi has given no testimony. What are you suggesting I said that was inconsistent? You let something slip that you shouldn't have. When I present the relevant piece of evidence, I imagine you'll realize what you've done. Very well then, Counsel. Go ahead. What evidence reveals this alleged inconsistency in something Prosecutor Asogi has said?
Take that!
Okay, never mind. What? Okay, whatever! Wow, okay. Yeah, that's what That's exactly it! That's why I showed the fucking passport! What is it, the fucking metal case then? I guess it's a metal case because he wasn't there.
Take that!
This is a trunk that belonged to Inspector Gregson. Metal construction, is it? It's clearly very heavy. What's this? Bloodstain. And a relatively fresh one too. What? You mean that ain't Grace from all the boss's fish and chips? Fresh blood on the inspector's trunk. That suggests that the victim was traveling with that luggage when he was killed. Can't be. There was no mention of any trunk in Scotland Yard's report. Yes, there's a reason for that. Immediately after the inspector's body was discovered, one of the street peddlers made off with the trunk, hoping to sell it. Well, I found it! Me! We've been nosed for trouble. Which means that nobody should have known anything about the trunk. Unless, of course, we're talking about somebody who was present when the victim was killed. And yet, during the cross-examination of the witness just now, you said this, Kazuma. He was making his way to the steamship docked on the northern coast, France, as shown by the passport found in the victim's metal trunk. So the question is, how did you know about the inspector's trunk? We know the man went on a trip to France. Oh. When? Where else would he have put his passport?
Objection!
His pocket? But you knew it was a metal trunk! Answer me honestly, Kazuma. On 31st of October, where exactly were you? At the port of Dunkirk, on board the SS Grouse. Is that the answer you're looking for, Ryunosuke? Huh? Kazuma, what did you... I hadn't considered the possibility before, but... if Kazuma was there on the ship, then it can only have been for one purpose. No! Mr. Naruhodo! Surely you don't think... Come on, Ryunosuke. You know the rules. And so do I.
The only thing that really talks in the courtroom is hard evidence. I can say the same to you! Where is your proof he was in fucking France, alright? The fucking passport doesn't count! As I understand it, Inspector Gregson always took that case with him when he traveled. So as it stands, you've proved nothing. Yeah, neither have you, bucko! Kazuma, are you challenging me to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt? That you were there that day, in the same place as the inspector. He was there, with Gregson. Evidence and motive only need to be provided by the defense. Ah, shit, you're right. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot the rules of this game. There's a clue that you've overlooked. A secret that Trunk can tell us. I can't be sure at this point. We'll need to verify it. But I have a nasty feeling that I'm going to be right. The accusation being made is deeply disturbing, but nevertheless, we must test it. The defense will identify for the court where in the trunk this alleged clue is to be found. It's this, isn't it?
Got it!
This is your proof. What do you say to that, Prosecutor Asogi? Personally, I think tying the defense counsel to the inspector's trunk and tossing it into the sea would be more helpful. What? At least that way, London's courtrooms will be safe from his destructive accusation.
I believe that was a rather long-winded way of telling you that you're wrong, Mr. Naruhodo.
Do I need to fucking look at it first? Is there anything inside? It still doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any fucking sense. What do they want from me? I don't understand. Come right through the letter and into the middle. There's something stuck inside of the trunk. It's glinting.
It looks like a fragment of metal of some sort. But it's wedged in so tightly I can't remove it.
Well, don't cut yourself. You'd better leave it, I think.
Got it!
This thing. There's a small piece of metal lodged in the wall of the trunk here, like the tip of a blade.
A blade?
Kazuma, slung around your waist as ever today, is the esteemed blamed Kaduma. Of course it is. Won't you draw it here in this courtroom? For all to see. Exercise caution, my learned friend. That man is the son of London's most notorious killer. well, you assume to be London's most notorious killer. I'm pretty sure he's still alive and well and in this fucking courtroom. But sure. Watch him like a hawk. That won't be necessary. Oh no! The tip is broken. The fragment of metal from the trunk fits together with the end of the sword. The question of who was there with Inspector Gregson will be answered. But how does it make any sense? Agreed, Kazumasugi. Expertly done, Ryunosuke. That's a point to you, and well deserved. Do you mean to tell the court, Prosecutor Asugi? Yes. On 31st of October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk. But there was no boat. The boat was in Dunkirk. How did you get to Dunkirk if the boat was in the boat that was going to Dunkirk was already in Dunkirk, on the way to Dover? To return to Dunkirk. Sorry, to arrive in Dover the day after, and then return to Dunkirk. The logic in this case is just all over the fucking place. We need Edgeworth. We need Edgeworth to show up with his fucking logic chess and just fucking find the logic, because I can't fucking see it. In order to carry out a mission. So the additional person authorized to travel was me. The mission was the assassination of the Mark. What? What? You mean you're the killer whose name was omitted from this notebook? You were following the Reaper's orders to dispatch Judge Jiguku? I make one thing perfectly clear. I have killed no one. Explain. I accepted the assassination mission, yes. And I accompanied Gregson to Dunkirk. But I never had any intention of carrying out the plan. You were never going to do it. We can believe Kazuma-sama, I'm sure. After all, Judge Jiguku arrived safely in London the following day. See, he arrived in London the following day, and this fucking thing is going to France, not from France. Destination, Port of Dunkirk, France, within 1 week from the 31st of October, when the boat was already in fucking Dunkirk. Do we have two different pieces of documents? We have to. There is... This is giving me a headache. This is giving me a headache. And I'm just like, am I reading this wrong? But there is no other fucking way to read it. On the 31st, I boarded a train from London with Inspector Gregson. Okay. Sure. So train. Doesn't explain why he wanted to go back. We traveled to Dover, from where we crossed the channel to Dunkirk. But the boat was in Dunkirk! Fuck! Then we boarded the SS Grouse and made for the cabin deck as indicated in the plan. Yeah, no you didn't. No you didn't! There were the... Mikatoba and Jikuku were on SS Grouse. And they arrived in London the day after. How how did you get back? Or how did you go to Dunkirk and back in like one day? What? This episode is giving me a fucking headache. My god. Made for the cabin deck as indicated in the plan. Went to Judge Jigoku's cabin. Exactly. He wasn't there though. We decided to wait, but you've already told us you had no intention of going through with it anyway. Kazuma, tell us, who is blackmailing you? Does his name, perhaps, rhyme with long fart? I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life. So I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. I spent that night at a boarding house in the town and returned to England the following morning. A boarding house in Dunkirk? My signature will be in the register book. It would be simple enough to verify. Ah, sure, let me just pop on over to Dunkirk and back real quick, just to verify that. And what became of Jigoku? Gregson was no assassin, so the mark was spared. You did math! Alright, does it line up? Does it actually line up somehow? I need to know, because I can't make fucking left or right of this. Modern ferries take 2 hours to get to Dunkirk, so with modern ferries it would be possible. Yeah, exactly, with modern ferries, but they didn't have this at this point, right? A steamship would take around 20 hours to make it to Dunkirk, so no fucking way. Yeah, exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, it has to be, like, some longer kind of fucking trip. It can't be, like, a short trip. There was no way. And if that's the case, you would have had to leave at least on, like, the 30th. To make it to Dunkirk, and then board SS Grouse back to Dover. Like, but no one mentions anything of that. Either this is just like a huge oversight by the creators of this game, or something is afoot. And I don't know what the fuck you're spewing, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Sure, it's easy enough to imagine what happened after that. Gregson returned to England as well, having failed to complete the mission. He met with a Reaper in that room on Fresno Street to report the failure, causing the infuriated mastermind to pull the trigger. The hole in the suitcase is big enough to fit a forged passport in. I think it's even slightly visible. Oh no, that's the sword tip. That's the tip of the sword. Kazuma's sword, by the way. That's the real truth behind Inspector Gregson's murder. No, it isn't, because it doesn't fucking line up! Ah!
Objection!
But if you did nothing as you claim, how did the tip of your sword came to be lodged in the inspector's trunk? I don't need to answer that. The victim was killed by a gunshot. A small fragment of a Japanese blade isn't relevant to the case. And accordingly, I choose to exercise my right to silence on that matter. Be that as it may, the court will sequester the sword as evidence. I'm gonna look this fucking over and find your old father's fucking testament. As you wish, my lord. Alright, we got the sword, bitches. Let's fucking go. We must take immediate action? Yeah, I'm taking immediate action, alright. Karuma, the great blade. Such a thing of beauty. I want to gaze on it for hours. The tip of the great sword. The great sword, broken. Such a shame. It's been so meticulously cared for over the years. I can almost hear Karuma's sobs. Kazuma must have really taken a swing for that to happen. Oh, come on. Let me investigate some more. There is something about this fucking sword. You can't tell me there isn't. Something bigger about this sword, I mean. Like, he literally described it as the only weapon I have left. Anyone thought to check out his actual fucking weapon? Take immediate action to verify whether Seishiro Jigoku remains unharmed. What? Remains unharmed? I agree, that should be our first priority. It's recently come to my attention that he hasn't been seen since yesterday. How did you... And he was allowed his sword in jail, yeah. Hurts my brain. When a foreign dignitary invited to Great Britain goes missing for 24 hours, it's only natural that the question of his safety should arise. You don't mean to say that you think Judge Jigoku may have been killed? The Reaper has more than one assassin at his disposal, and he has the power and influence to give orders from the inside of a prison cell. More like a fucking clock tower, but sure, go off, I guess? Isn't that right, Lord von Zieks? If I were truly the Reaper, I'd be able to tell you. Or maybe it's the fucking smug-looking, smug-looking, long fart who is being hella sus. Now? Guests of the symposium have been told to maintain regular contact with the organizer's office. If the man can't be located within half an hour, we will have to assume the worst. No! Not Judge Jigoku! No one would want to kill a harmless Japanese man who'd only just arrived in the country. Except, that is, for the Reaper wanting to finish off a mark that slipped through the net 10 years ago. I would have to agree. Mr. Naruhodo, for the defense's sake. My lord? I sincerely hope we are successful. If we are unable to confirm Mr. Jigoku's healthy existence in the next 30 minutes, you will face grave difficulties. Court is adjourned for 30 minutes. 2 hours? There is no way.
Kazuma-sama, the Reaper's assassin. I feel as though I'm in a nightmare.
I can hardly believe it either. But on the other hand, Kazuma isn't in the habit of making up story.
I have such a terrible sense of foreboding. If something awful has happened to Judge Jigoku, then I feel as though things will only spiral further and further out of control.
I felt it from the moment I stepped into the courthouse this morning. That strange sensation that we were careering towards a foregone conclusion. Well, in the worst case, we might only have 30 minutes left. Unfortunately, though, I don't think there's anything we can do but wait now. We're out of options.
Actually, there may be one last hand we can play. Or rather, one last ear.
Yes! Let's do the fucking ear thing, of course! The little Mr. Sholmes doll that Iris gave us. Perhaps now is the time. What should I do? Pull Harley's ears or not? Meh, leave it. This is one of Iris's inventions. There's no telling what might happen. For all I know, it could cause a huge explosion.
I'm not sure you should be thinking like that, Mr. Naruhodo. Compared to the trial ending immediately after this recess, a huge explosion might be preferable.
I'm not sure you should be thinking like that, Mr. Sato. I suppose you're right. If there was ever a time for taking a risk, it's now. Here goes then. I'm going to do it. Look! Look! I said, no, let's not do it. And then we're like, no, we have to do it. I mean, I guess we get like some fucking extra dialogue or whatever, but still. And I did take a risk. I didn't even save.
Good luck, Mr. Naruhodo.
No looking back. Heave! Ow.
That scream sounded like Mr. Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes? Where are you? Here, my dear fellow. Here. A walkie-talkie? It's the felt doll talking.
Pull the ears again, Mr. Naruhodo, as hard as you can.
Alright then, I'll pull all my strength into it. Heave! What the fuck is going on? Please, my dear fellows, you don't need to pull my ear off. Huh?
Mr. Sholmes, where are you?
Myself and my trusty partner are presently in the first-class cabin area of the SS Grouse. The SS Grouse? Has any choice been an actual choice so far? I don't think so. She left Dover last night, after the final pieces of cargo were loaded. We are currently docked at Dunkirk, but due to be underway again in half an hour. You've taken a ship to France? Please, even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle to jump the Straits of Dover. After we left Baker Street last night, we hurried by cab to the station and by train to the port, in order to board this vessel in time. So, you mean you'd already worked it out? That the steamship was where everything really took place? Mr. Naruhodo, pray, what is my name? Herlock Sholmes, world-famous great detective. Recited to perfection. Well done.
You're a genius, Mr. Sholmes. That's the only word for it.
Ow, 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 ow.
Mr. Sato, gently with this genius's ear, please. Oh my, I'm ever so sorry.
Hi, May Sholmes. Ah, there you are, Mikotoba. You may remember that it was in fact I who made the connection to the SS Grouse at Scotland Yard yesterday when we examined that notebook and I recalled my steamship ticket. But of course it was, my dear fellow. And not once did I controvert that fact. I merely had our court-bound companions utter my name. Yes, you did, didn't you? You've just entered a recess. The trial resumes in 30 minutes from now.
And if we're unable to present any new leads, then I'm afraid to say...
We're having a fucking phone call right now.
Do not fret, please. It's for precisely that purpose that my partner and I have made this journey. I have no doubt we shall have welcome news for you within the half hour.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. That will be wonderful. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Ayo, my package is coming? What the hell? Yay! I didn't actually expect this. Then we can have like a little unboxing at the end of the stream. Yay! They'll be here in like fucking... in 3 minutes. So... yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. That will be wonderful.
Until later, then.
Yes, you'll be hearing from us if you're not in touch first.
Ow, 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 ow. I shan't be hearing anything if you keep tugging my ear in that mindless fashion.
Whatever was the idea behind making a receiver operated in that way in the first place, Sholmes?
Why the deuce would I know? It's Iris's invention, not mine.
Whilst I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Sholmes, we have but half that now, before the grouse puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigations rapidly, we shall find ourselves in Naples before long.
There are times, Mikotoba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. So, let us begin.
First class cabin number 2. Yes, this is the one. But I don't believe an investigation of the cabin is going to be plain sailing. Is that Biff? Hell yeah. I love beef stroganoff. A crewman standing in front of the door is an angered-looking fellow. Why you're loitering here? Who are you?
My dear fellow, do you not recognize a world-famous great detective when you see one? The question really ought to be, who are you?
Do you not recognize world-traveling great sailor? Chicken stroganoff when you see! Great detective! Ha! I don't think so. Why does he have fucking Sholmes tattooed on his arm?
Do you see that, Mikotoba? It would appear that this man is a devoted follower of mine.
The brother of Biff. Wait, hold on. Is it something upside down? I don't know. Goodness me. Is that a tattoo that says Sholmes?
I must say, whilst such adoration is flattering naturally, it does leave me a little cold.
What are you talking about? Leave! Now!
How distressing. My loyal devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. And yet, I already know a great deal about you, sir. You have a brother, I believe.
No, fuck! Fucking call ended! I'll be right back! Okay, I'm back. Ah. Let's see.
Like yourself, he's a shipman. Currently traveling the world aboard a Russian steamship, in fact.
How could you know this?
Elementary, my dear Mikotoba.
I'm sure it was... 3 days ago, I was bound for London aboard the ship, you see. We're looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Jigoku. There is no one with his name on board. But we know that he purchased a ticket for passage. His name is fucking Chicken. Da, you mean Easterman. He left ship 2 hours ago. Here at Dunkirk, he said something about emergency, I think. What? Are you sure? So Seishiro realized that we're after him, has he?
His cabin is the one behind you. We should like to investigate, please.
No, I have orders not to let even mouse in sight.
Mikotoba, be a good man and draw this sailor's attention away, would you? Make up some excuse so that he leaves the area.
Doesn't great detectives see that even sailors have ears, both left and right?
Curses! The plan is ruined.
And you have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Sholmes. Forget it. Cabin door is locked. Even if I am not here, you cannot get inside.
Mikotoba, I'm sure you haven't forgotten my special talent, have you?
Opening any lock?
Within a mere 5 seconds. So if you'd be so kind as to afford me the requisite time, old friend, in your typical accommodating manner.
How could I refuse such a typically unappealing request, old friend? So I need to distract that burly sailor for 5 seconds, do I?
Good man. So, the game is afoot.
Ah, the switch for the electrical lights. Perhaps if I were to turn off the lights, the crewmen wouldn't be able to see what we were doing. Flick the switch. Ah! What is happening? Where is light? Now, Sholmes, now! Nobody there. It's a close shave.
Quite a knack you have, stumbling so violently in an apparently empty corridor.
Do be quiet, Sholmes. I shall have to think of another approach. Okay, that didn't work. It's another first-class cabin, and yet its door is completely unguarded.
Empty as well. I had a quick look inside earlier. Though I confess, I didn't investigate the wardrobe. There may very well be a young Japanese fellow inside, perspiring merrily.
If you're referring to Naruhodo, you know very well that he is currently perspiring merrily in court.
Does it not strike you, though, Mikotoba? Why the man stands guard only in front of this cabin when both are apparently vacant?
It's what appeared to be an alarm bell. All hell would break loose if that thing were to ring. The whole crew would know about it. Oh, I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted. Leave it alone for now. I think not. That would never work, surely. I need to concoct another. Alright. What about just talking to him? He's like a Neo Temple Guardian statue. This fellow. The way he's glaring at us so fiercely. I checked if what his name is on his arm is Russian, but while some characters seem Russian, it's a bust. Tell me, why are you standing guard here if the cabin is unoccupied? Because this area is only for first-class passengers. We must look out for suspicious criminals. He was looking straight at me when he said that.
My dear fellow, as you can plainly see, we are quite unsuspicious as criminals go.
But still criminals. It does kind of look like upside down numbers, I found writing it out. Yes, it does. No, for goodness sake. Sholmes, tell the man we're neither suspicious nor criminals. I saw wrong there first.
Ah, yes, quite right, Mikotoba. Curses! The seaman is far too able for his own good. Be extremely careful in what you say.
One of us ought to be, yes. What is... I can't check my fucking inventory or whatever. Interesting. A mousetrap? It sounds like big mouse in trap. Choo choo. I will bring bucket of water later and put out of misery. I don't like the sound of that.
In any case, my dear fellow, that was quite unconvincing. Only Japanese mice make a chew sound.
Oh really, Sholmes? And pray tell, what sounds do Russian mice make?
EP, naturally. Though also quite unconvincing, I readily admit. So go ahead, Mikotoba, do a PP this time.
No, thank you. I'm sure I can come up with an alternative solution. Vodka! Oh, yes! That's a speaking tube for members of the crew to communicate with one another around the ship. If I could just persuade our stocky sailor friend that he needed to use it. Sholmes could unlock the door whilst he was distracted. The question is, how? So way back to the deck, but we certainly can't give up on this now. Okay. I think like the only thing I have left is fucking... The only thing I have left is this. Here goes then. Pardon me in advance. You! What are you doing? If we were at sea, that would be a very bad problem. What's going on down there? Seaman Stroganoff, report at once. Sorry, sir. Nothing to report. It was just stupid trick. No, not by me, by world famous. No, as I told you. Now, Sholmes, now!
Done.
Not even 5 seconds, eh?
Well, don't stand there gawping at my brilliance, Mikotoba. In we go.
Oh, yes. Good gracious.
It would appear that the occupant of this cabin did indeed disembark rather hurriedly.
There's clothes on the floor there. They're Seishiro's, without question.
Well, it seems we are just a little too late.
Yes, by about 2 hours.
Still, whilst we're here, we should investigate thoroughly. There may well be 2 hours worth of clues to find in here.
But that burly crewman may return at any moment, Sholmes.
Indeed he may. Which makes this all the more thrilling.
Okay, so we're just like straight over into the fucking investigation part, I guess. Interesting. Faucet. According to the report I was given, Naruhodo was concealing himself in Nasoge's wardrobe. Indeed he was, and it was of a similar size to this one. There's ice in that cup, you're right. Ah, you must climb inside yourself, my dear fellow. What? Whatever for? It was the site of my first fateful meeting with Mr. Naruhodo. You can experience the moment for yourself now, complete with my dramatic rhetoric. Come along now, in you go. This will only take a moment. Really, Sholmes? Surely you can just tell me what you said. Well, I uttered some brilliant remark and opened the wardrobe to reveal the stowaway murderer. I think I'll just read about it in the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Quite the exquisite glass, I must say. See here how it... Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You suddenly trailed off. Ice, Mikotoba. Ice! What opulence do first-class passengers enjoy? Chilled drinks. Pardon? Could it be that the steamship is equipped with an electrically refrigerated cold room, do you think? Well, it is a luxury liner, after all. They have enormous refrigerators for storing all sorts of lavish produce as well as ice. On our voyage from Japan, we enjoyed culinary delights from all over the world. Suddenly, Mikotoba. The sight of you is making my mouth water. Sir? I haven't taken on the flavor of the food I ate, you know. This is the waste paper basket, look. And there's still rubbish inside. Indeed, then let us pry. I've discovered recently I have a penchant for exploring the contents of other waste paper baskets. I sincerely hope only for your work. Ah! Here we have a notice issued to passengers from 3 days ago. 3 days ago? The night before we arrived in London, then. When I was still aboard myself. Ah, yes, there was an evacuation drill, I remember now. For our safety and security, all first-class passengers were constantly under the watchful eye of the crew. I didn't even get to read it. So it was a welcome relief to have some privacy for once. But now I can. Never mind, I can't check my fucking things. That's a substantial heap of clothes on the floor. An overcoat, shirts, a dressing gown, momohiki work trousers, a tanzen robe, a haramaki waistband. Clearly the clothing of a Japanese man. And clearly Japanese men are unaccustomed to the culture of the wardrobe. It looks to me as if they've been thrown in a heap like that in something of a hurry. Indeed, you could help yourself to a Japanese man's shirt, perhaps. I'm sure you made mention of packing too few. I'd very likely drown in one of Seishiro's shirts. No, I'll just buy any extras I need, I think. Something hidden in the suitcase? Probably. There's a speaking tube here, look. Though it's been stoppered with some cloth. So the voices of the crewmen on the bridge aren't an annoyance, I suppose. Or indeed, so that the voices in this cabin aren't heard elsewhere. Could something have happened in here that was for no one else's ears, do you think? Either that, or it could be to prevent snakes from entering. When you're fucking snakes, man. That's really become a favorite case of yours, hasn't it? These are the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Additionally, there are severe punishments for stowing away in wardrobes and/or travel cases. I feel the rules have increased since I last read them. Probably just my imagination. Yeah. What about the fact that they're not straight on the wall? Doesn't that strike you? You may be right. Probably just your imagination, though. A trifle. And you know what I always say, Mikotoba. There is nothing important about trifles. It's probably just my imagination, but I think that might be slightly off. The wall is a slightly different color just here. Do you see?
Indeed.
What you have absurd devices when a frame that has been hanging for some time is removed? Perhaps your friend is an art thief. Now there's a bold deduction worthy of a great detective, I'm sure. He may very well be the elusive thief who has been plaguing France's galleries of late. I think perhaps we should focus our attentions elsewhere, Sholmes, don't you? That outline on the wall. I feel as though I might have spotted something of a similar shape and size elsewhere. This is just the same, right? Okay. Isn't trifle a dessert? You mean truffle? Well, truffle isn't a dessert in and of itself, I guess, but yeah. Or is it? I have no idea. Plenty of reading material to keep passengers occupied on the long sea voyages. I found the mixture of classic literature and easy reading to be most satisfactory, I must say. Whoever stocked this bookcase was a hopeless heretic. There's no copy of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, my dear fellows. I'm afraid it's just me, but no, you're quite right. No, trifle is a dessert, a sorted layer cake in a glass. I see. But no, you're quite right. More blasphemous than overlooking the Bible. I shall leave a copy behind. I just happen to have one with me. You're a true missionary of the Church of Great Detectives, aren't you? Ah, okay, I see. You just sent it in on Discord right now. Okay, last thing I haven't looked at, except for the door, I guess. Let's check the door. All the doors in this vessel have locks, I believe.
A wise idea. You never know where and when criminals may strike. But of course, to the great detective Sherlock Holmes, lock, bolt, or shirt button, it makes no difference. All are unfastened with equal ease.
The way you go on, you sound rather more like a great thief than a great detective.
My dear Mikotoba, as long as there is greatness, I am quite satisfied.
Ah, of course you are.
That's a very sizable trunk indeed.
Seishiro is partial to all things large. And a rather clumsy fellow if he failed to notice that he'd left that behind. Oh. Perhaps he left it on purpose. It's lighter than you might think, but it's still a hindrance to a speedy escape. If the doors had locks, then why could Naruhodo not have slept in Kazuma's bed? This is the hill I want to die on!
Pity it's locked, so we can't look inside.
Surely 5 seconds from now the situation will be quite different, though.
Sadly not. It has a 7-digit combination lock. And I'm not in a morose enough mood to walk through all the combinations at present.
You are still here.
Ah, able seaman Stroganov. Hello again. I was beginning to think you'd never materialize.
You are waiting for me.
Of course. I was expecting you to burst in with a hearty Russian profanity far sooner.
I was in trouble with Captain because of trick you played before.
Poor innocent chicken.
It's all your fault. Ship is leaving port soon. Get off, now.
Of course. We shall disembark presently, my dear fellow. But first, there is something that must be done.
What are you talking about?
Why, naturally. The debunking of your deceit and the bearing of the truth.
Kakoi!
I'm afraid I see through your lies. But one thing, Mr. Jigoku has not yet left this vessel at all. Oh, he's in the trunk. And for another, my dear Seaman Stroganov. You know exactly where the man is, even as you speak, don't you?
How can you? Kakoi is what? I see. Good gracious, Sholmes, you mean you've worked it out? All of it?
It's really been too long, hasn't it, old friend? 10 years, no less. So, would you care to join me for a dance of my inimitable logic and reasoning?
Nothing would please me more. What is this?
We have but minutes until the vessel puts to sea. No games now. Time is of the essence. Mr. Stroganov, allow me to remind you of your earlier claim. You told us that Jigoku left the ship some 2 hours ago.
Duh, that is what I said.
Sadly, that was a rather clumsy lie. You see, there is something in this room that quite clearly contradicts it.
What? Ah, yes, of course.
I see you've noted it too, Mikotoba. Then please, do take the lead.
The ice.
What in this cabin shows the impossibility of Jigoku having disembarked 2 hours ago? Let's see what the last 3 years have done to your observational skills then, Mikotoba.
It's been 10 years since we last did this, Sholmes, not 3.
Why, of course it has. Quite. Now, all the clues are here in this cabin for your eyes to see. But as I always say, you must not merely look, but observe. Observe and the answers become clear. So, impress me.
I think I can manage that.
Take that!
I was not expecting that! Damn, so there's seduction and course correction in one go. Perhaps you should have cleared away that glass.
How curious that the ice shouldn't have melted despite it being abandoned 2 hours ago.
Ah!
It would appear that the man was here in this very cabin until moments before our arrival. With this well-chilled glass in hand.
Your mind off the refreshment, Sholmes.
One might even conclude that somebody informed him of our boarding. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Stroganov?
But why would Seishiro run from us?
Before we consider that question, allow me to confirm one small matter. Would I be correct in saying that these first-class cabins of the SS Grouse are the same ones in which you and Mr. Jigoku were accommodated in your voyage from Japan?
That's right, they are. I was in the cabin next door and Seishiro was... Yes. 50 days in this very cabin during our voyage.
As I suspected. But you see, there are traces in this cabin of a dark secret that Mr. Jigoku had to hide.
What traces? I know nothing about this.
Nah, this is news to you, is it, Mr. Stroganov?
Sholmes, what exactly are you getting at?
As I said, there are traces in this cabin of some nefarious activity. Something that appears out of place, which I'm quite sure won't have escaped your notice.
Something out of place in here.
That's the key to this, Mikotoba. The remnants of the dark deed that took place in here are being masked by something quite incongruous. I must say, I didn't foresee ever doing this dance of deduction with you again, Mikotoba.
No, quite. But life is full of unexpected twists and turns, as we all well know. Now then, let's see if I can't uncover the truth here.
Yes, you have the floor, my dear fellow.
Take that!
It's the rules of passage in this frame here. They're obviously out of place. The way they're hanging crooked on the wall, as if they were put there in a hurry.
Yes, as I'm I'm sure you've already concluded. That frame was originally over here. The shape and size are a perfect match.
Why the tap dancing? I can't. Yeah.
Duh, you're right. When did frame move?
Hardly the most observative crewman, are you, Mr. Stroganoff? Why? I would think your captain is quite justified in having his reservations about your reliability.
Oh dear, that really seemed to touch a nerve.
So, Mikotoba, why don't you lift that frame off the wall?
That looks like a bullet hole.
What? Who has been shooting walls?
I see. The projectile has been removed. Clearly, the careful occupant of this room has already disposed of it. Now then, Mr. Stroganoff.
Yeah.
I have the distinct impression that you were attempting to shield said occupant.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I try to protect Eastern Stranger?
Ah, so we are talking about the same man, I see. Good.
Ugh.
I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this in no time, aren't you? Because there's some very noteworthy evidence that explains the reason why you're lying for the man. Yes, you've been told to keep up this pretense, as clearly shown by...
I really don't know how to approach this one, Sholmes.
Ah, my dear Mikotoba, simply keep first principles in mind. Study your subject from every angle, and I'm quite sure that you'll see it. In fact, I'd put a wager on it.
So I'm to glare at the fellow from all sides? Well, I can certainly do that. What's the question? Money?
Take that!
It was money. Tap dance. Yes! It's almost too obvious for words.
Quite. The universal language of the world. Money.
Yeah.
Now I'd wager that the Eastern fellow in question is Seishiro Jigoku. Yes.
Ugh.
So, I presume you realize what this means. There are clear signs that a crime has been committed in this cabin. And the way you're going, sir, you'll find yourself accused of being an accomplice. But
I believe you know, Mrs. Stroganoff. You know where Mr. Jigoku is hiding at this precise moment in time. As always, Mikotoba, in matters of deduction, the furtive glance is your unfaltering ally.
yes, I think you're onto something there, Sholmes. You've found the chink in this burly fellow's armor.
We need only follow the man's gaze to know where our prey is hiding. The slightest flicker of the pupils, a minutely delayed blink. Nothing escapes my attention, even that which is barely perceptible.
You could hardly call this barely perceptible, Sholmes. The man's turned his entire head. It's not exactly what you describe as a furtive glance, is it? It's almost too obvious.
We shall let your tapping toes decide, my dear fellow.
Take that!
It's so funny, please. You turned immediately to look at this large trunk, didn't you?
Ugh.
The truth is, Seishiro Jigoku was unable to escape from the ship in time, and is, at this very moment, doing his best to stifle his breath inside this trunk.
If he still has a breath to take, I fear he may be running dangerously low on air. I imagine he didn't count on us making a nuisance out of ourselves for quite so long. I think it would be in everyone's best interest for us to open the trunk as quickly as possible.
Stifle his breath or his laugh, yeah. How can we? Are you forgetting about the combination lock? We don't
know the 7-digit code.
The combination lock can't be opened from inside the trunk. Therefore, there must have been an arrangement for somebody to open it after our departure.
Of course.
In short, before Jigoku hid himself inside that trunk, he must have told somebody the 7-digit number for the lock. As I'm sure you can confirm, Mr. Stroganoff.
No, I know nothing about combination code.
Don't move a muscle, my good seaman.
Huh?
Now, Mikotoba, would you do the honors and open the trunk?
On earth do you expect me?
It's a 7-digit number, remember. Quickly now, we have little time.
Oh!
Oh, 5.
Oh, thank you, you got it.
Where the fuck is it there for? 5, 2, 3, 1.
Take that!
That did it! It's open! You had to meddle, didn't you? Well, Eugene. Found me now. Eiichiro. I was really hoping beyond hope not to find you here. Oh, I was really hoping beyond hope not to find you here, you know. You're not entirely unsurprised, I take it. No, quite. I just wish it were some other way.
Well, are you ever going to introduce me?
Ah, your reputation precedes you, Mrs. Sholmes. I've read stories of many of your exploits. Isn't it surprised the judge is the Reaper? Maybe? Excuse my manners, Sholmes. This is Mr. Jigoku, my old friend and traveling companion.
The devil is in the details, Mikotoba. I believe you meant to say, your old friend and traveling companion. Who made the cowardly decision to flee the country without a word to anyone when things turned sour.
I still think it's Strongheart. Yeah, me too. See, my reputation precedes me as well. What an honor. Well, Seishiro, are you going to explain all this? You know it all by now, I imagine. What you didn't know, of course, is that 3 days ago, on the night before our arrival in Britain, an attempt was made on my life here on this very ship. By the Reaper of the Bailey. Yes, I've since heard. Because you were once prosecuted by the Reaper, weren't you? 10 years ago now, mind you. And I had no idea at the time what a dangerous individual he was. Anyway, when we arrived in London to find the symposium was postponed until goodness knows when, it became all too apparent to me that I might very well be targeted again. You decided to flee the capital without saying a word to me about it. I'm afraid so, yes. Of course I realize now that I really ought to have confided in you. And it's somewhat surprising, I must say. What is?
Well, first-class cabins aboard luxury steamships are in very short supply. It's more than a little hard to believe that this one just happened to be available.
Just the protagonist of some colorful short stories. Well, I don't care for your opinion. cabin did just happen to be available, so I purchased the ticket and here I am. I've just seen for myself the obvious remnants of that incident in this cabin. So you had already purchased your return ticket before we even docked in Dover, had you? To prevent anyone else from taking this cabin and seeing the evidence, is that it? Eugen, I have nothing to say to you.
Well, in a mere 5 minutes, the ship will set off on its onward voyage and not make port again until Italy. I'm afraid we must insist that you disembark with us at once.
You have no jurisdiction over my movements. We have this, Seishiro. Take it. What is it? It's a subpoena from the Old Bailey. You're a man of the law. You know what the ramifications of ignoring a document like this from the British court would be. Came prepared then, Eugen. Come on, let's go.
One moment.
What is it, Charles?
Inside Mr. Jigoku's trunk, I found this rather fascinating trinket.
What is that, Seishiro? I can't help you, I'm afraid. Some small component from something. What? I have no idea. And the look on his face, I think he genuinely doesn't know.
Well, let us pocket it as a small souvenir of our brief sojourn in France.
Well, young Naruhodo, I think we've done as much as we can, I'm afraid. The rest will be on the shoulders of you and your assistant. Kazuma Asogi. Asogi. I know you, and I know you wouldn't lie, but still, there's no doubt that you're holding something back. You know more than you're saying. During the past 30 minutes, while this court was adjourned, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Jigoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained. Oh no, he's in Dunkirk, actually. The fucking unicorn again. Why the unicorn? We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper has already done the deed. There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. The prosecution calls for an immediate verdict. No, the trial cannot end now. You're a Japanese man, Ryunosuke. You should know when to lay down your sword. And you should know never to presume when the battle is won. The court has already been presented with all the evidence and heard all the relevant testimony. And there can only be one conclusion. That the accused is guilty. All relevant testimony? Far from it. There is still a crucial witness, from whom the court is yet to hear a single word of testimony. In that case, call your witness to the stand at once, counsel. Yes, my lord. Tomorrow, if possible.
The witness is already on his way, and scheduled to arrive tomorrow.
Who on earth is this crucial witness? Seishiro Jigoku. This bit? Ah. The very man allegedly murdered by the Reaper. Jigoku, you found him. Sure did, buddy. Oh, God, I hate the unicorn. But the investigations for every policing resource in the capital suggest that Jigoku is already dead. How in the name of God did you find the man? He was located in France during the recess at the port of Dunkirk. Going after the presiding judge and Ace Attorney first. So, we were right? I want to say you spoiled it, but also, like, we kind of figured out. Okay, I said you're going after me. I didn't say you did it. Okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So now you say that he didn't do it. I'm kidding. Thanks to one of Mr. Herlock Sholmes' famous deductions. Herlock Sholmes? Inspector Gregson almost certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death, because along with Prosecutor Asogi, Gregson was on a mission to assassinate the man. Which means that Seishiro Jigoku is the sole witness, who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grouse on the 31st of October. To be fair, we have been saying that Strongheart is sus and guilty for crime since the moment he was introduced. Really? That's really what we've been doing, to be honest. Well, it would appear that it's too soon to move to adjudication at this point. The prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mr. Jigoku's testimony. No judgment should be passed until all testimony has been considered. In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will reconvene at the same hour tomorrow. No objections from either side? No, my lord. No objections, my lord. We live to fight another day. By the skin of our teeth. The skin of... Do your teeth have skin? Oh boy. I was right then, 3 hours. That's what I said. I was like, oh, this part is gonna last like 3 hours. Okay. Hold on. I am gonna leave that there, but... Aha! God. I really couldn't be bothered to do anything with my hair, so I was like, wig! Anyways. I got a package. Time to unbox. Hold on, let me actually just change my stream real quick. Oh, the fucking lights in the background are not. Whatever, whatever. This isn't. What's the... That one, and... There we go. By the skin of my teeth is from the Bible? Interesting. What does that even mean? Alright, let's see here. We got a big boy. Eh. Actually, you know what? Let's change the music just a tiny bit. Where is it? Okay, I can't find it there. Let me... Since teeth have no skin, the expression refers to the smallest possible measure. I mean, I guess. No, stop. I accidentally double-clicked that. I meant to click here. Can't do that one, I can't do that one, I can't do that one, I can't do that one. Ooh, I forgot what I ordered. Okay.
it's fucking... Oh, that's annoying. Hold on. Can I go back? Thank you. Because I have it on fucking shuffle, isn't it? How do I fix that? How do I fucking turn off shuffle? Is the lid secure? I think it's just to use like at home because there is like nothing to like cover the drinking hole or whatever. So I don't think you're supposed to use it anywhere but home. Oh, this song. Forgot about this. Yeah. Yes. Shopping bag. You have like the main pocket, and then you have like this, so you can kind of use it like an pita bag, I guess. The design is so cute and colorful. Yeah. I also actually really like the more like creamy color, but it's not like white, it's actually more cream. I like that. And the tour t-shirt. Ah! I really like it. It's really cute. I like the colors. It's bigger than I expected it. Nice. Keep you looking beautiful. Wait, actually! Oh no, this is gonna get so cursed so fast. It does look good though, I know. Oh no, the hanger. And we have the back. Oh, I had to. Okay. That is cursed. It is. And we have... I was like She struggles with. Cool. Yeah. I like how it just looks like a mug. The blue heavy colors are flickery. Yes. But it's actually not the blues, it's more the reds. Like when reds get mixed with other colors, that's when it like gets. Trust me, I've tested this. If you see here, it's kind of flickery now. Yellow is also kind of flickery sometimes. Green is fine. Blue is also fine. Purple normally isn't fine, so this is kind of a shock to me, to be honest. I'll see if I can buy the other ones once I go to Japan again, and if I find them at like some secondhand store or something. That is a lot of money. It is. Plus like shipping and everything, like it piles up way too fast. I like this thing. It's very cute. Shipping and import costs, especially our killers. Yeah. Very much so. Anyways. It's been a while since you've seen my face. I just haven't felt like using a face cam, so. What can you do? And also today I was just like, I can't be bothered fixing my hair. Wig. Let me get a close up of the design of this. I just like the visual concept of like the album in general. When do I still have? It's so clean. Is the outside printed metal? I'm not sure. I think so. But it doesn't feel like that very metally. I don't know. Anyways, the album itself looks like this. This is the oops, like this. It's the same thing. But this is the front. This is the regular version. And then we have version A. It's like a factory. And like the main building is like a mixer. And then we have version B. Very cute. I love this concept so much. And there are like pictures inside of these and stuff.
The giant blender reminds me of the pie hole. It does! It does! You're right! You're so right, it totally does. You know what we have to play? I just need you to like hear it. Not this. Hold on. Let me Talking to Dr. Shite, maybe? Maybe? I guess we'll just have to find out, don't we? Damn, there's so much stuff on my fucking desk now. I mean, there already was, but now there's like even more. And we're back to plan B, aren't we? Isn't we? Aren't we? Haven't we? Haven't. Nope. It's aren't. for we. Imagine you're gay when we're in California, indeed. Huh. Let's see. Let's just go back to the karaoke version so that we're sure that we're... Okay, sure. Whatever. I'm pretty gay no matter where I am. No, but imagine you're gay when we're in California. That's like all you need to know. Like all you need to do. Just no imagining required. Imagine being in California then. There you go. Because apparently the original lyrics are, and I quote, what was it again? Hold on. Do you remember? Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Where is it? Plan B. Sorry. Imagine you again when we were in California. I'm sorry? I'm sorry? Like, imagine you again when we were in California. What tense is that even in? Like, and like, who is the objective and who is the subjective here? Like, or object or subject here? Subject. Imagine you again. Is he talking about himself? Is he saying to you, imagine you again when we were in California? Like, think back to what you were like when we were in California. That's a really weird way of saying that. Like, literally, this sentence would be just fixed by putting a D after imagine. Imagined you again when we were in California. Then it would make sense. Like, the grammar would be in place, and it would be like, ah, okay, looking back on when we were in California together, right? But that's not... That's not what this says. But now we're gay instead. You know, it'd be like that sometimes. I remember when I listened to That Is Not How Imagining Works. Yeah, no, it's really strange. That's remembering. True. You got a point. Yeah, first time I listened to this album, it was at like fucking 5 a.m. or something. And I got through that song and I was just like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And I had to do like 3 double takes or something. So I guess like a triple take or something. I was like, so it should be, remember when you were gay in California? No, imagine you're gay when we were in California. When we were in California. Also, the fact that they like specify we were in the lyrics. Why not just use when we're, right? Because that can be either we are or we were. Like that can be both. I mean, it still wouldn't make sense, but that's a fucking doozy. Yeah. Oh my god, this wig is kind of making me warm. I see we have quite a lot of viewers actually right now. I want to see if we can find anyone to raid right now. Because I wanted to do it that one time, but it didn't really go through that well. So let me... I don't know. I don't know why, but like rating people kind of stresses me out. My light is like not good today at all. I feel like I'm way too dark. I'm so sorry. I was just not planning for this, I guess. There are like... I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let's try this. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this again and actually like do it this time. Alright. Okay. So, what should we do? What should we do? We should do like something. We need to have like a raid message or something. Oh, we gotta get this fast. See, this is why it stresses me so much. Oh my god. 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 I'm gonna be fucking rambling once it cuts over. I bet. I fucking bet. It's just gonna fucking raid all of a sudden. I bet. I bet. Yeah, we're rating Undead Saints fan. They're playing Zero Escape. Because of course they are. Anyways, just say hi really. And yeah. That's really all. I don't know. How do raids work? I don't know. Help. Is it working? Is it working? Is it... Oh my god, what's going on? Hello? I'm so confused. What's going on? Hello? Am I... I'm so lost. Did it freeze? No, okay. Oh. Are we reading? Oh, What's going on? I'm so confused. I'm very confused right now.